taking a quick little sail today from Carriacou to Union, and we've got quite a little squall that's come up. Kind of nice to have some rain to wash the boat off.
Wish we were at anchor so we could capture the water.
Yeah, if we were at anchor, we could grab the water and fill our tanks, which would be really nice. We were supposed to get this rain at like 3 o'clock this morning, but it didn't happen. Nice little rinse. Probably almost through it, right?
Yeah, there's another line up there.
Yeah, looks like another gray cloud in the horizon.
Screwing up our hunt angle too, but that's alright.
Yeah, we should be sailing that way, right?
Yeah.
So, take us a little longer to get there because we're having to sail the way the wind wants us to sail instead of to our destination. Picking up a little bit. Alright, maybe it's passing us. A minute ago you couldn't even see the island, but now I can at least see it. What do you do? Made it through the squall. Made it to, well, we're in front of Union. We haven't made it there yet, but we just passed Ashton, which is one bay, and the next bay around the corner is where we're heading to check in. Yeah, we're motoring right into the wind and waves.
Yeah. Gotta stay sail up in the main motor sailing, but I don't think the sails are doing much right now.
No. We'll get there eventually.
40 minutes, maybe?
Maybe. About 40 minutes off our schedule. We were thinking 2 hours. And that we left at 10:30, so squall kind of messed us up.
It's been 30 minutes.
Okay.
We'll see.
So we shall see. Alright, all checked in. New country. Everybody's putting up the flag. A little choppy out here. St. Vincent. Alright, so we're coming around the southwest side of Union. And I'm just noticing the shoreline. How interesting it is. Like it's full on tree trunks. Like growing right out of the ground adjacent to the ocean. You don't usually see that. Kind of interesting. It's like a little forest right there on the beach, on the edge of the beach. Pretty though, very lush. Not much on this island. A little bay that we were just at, and then there's another right there is another anchorage, and then around the corner. But a lot of land that there's nothing on. When you look up here at this side of the island, kind of interesting. Very poor island. Right across from it, that other, I don't know if you can see it from here. You can't, but right across from where we went ashore to check in is a place called Palm Island. I think I may have mentioned it last time we came through here. So it's a private island. There are a few villas on there that you can rent, but very expensive. We looked at it when we were looking for places for AJ's parents to come visit. I did read today, though, that even though it's private, you can anchor in front of it, and you can walk along the beach. And there is one restaurant that is open to yachties to come and have lunch, like 12 to 3 or something like that. It's pretty reasonably priced. So maybe if we make it back this way, we'll check it out, but not this trip. Alright, so where we're heading is right around this corner. Is this it?
St. Vincent or Grenada?
What are you talking about?
Palm Island?
Palm Island is St. Vincent.
Okay. So we can do that because we just checked out.
Yeah. So we're heading, I think, into this bay right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there is Chatham?
Yeah,
Chatham? We've been there. We spent a couple of days there, actually. Maybe a week, over a week, actually.
it's been a while.
It's been a while there. And we may have some boat friends there. I'm not really sure if they're still there. Discovery and Mosey and Dugaboy were all there a couple of days ago, so it's possible that they're still there. Dugaboy and Mosey we met in Georgetown, or AJ met in Georgetown, and then we actually went to Carnival with them. It was Dugaboy's son, Kevin, I think was his name, from Canada, that we watched his transformation from sweet little sober Canadian boy to like crazy wild drunken carnival boy. It was pretty funny, actually. Discovery, I think, had gone home at that point. I don't think they were around. Good morning. So yesterday we made it to Union Island. Every time.
God damn it.
Every time he lifts it from the wrong
I'm gonna put a
direction.
big spray paint on this that says no.
Okay, let me get back to where I was. So
The next boat project for Beth is to put all these damn things back in the right hole.
oh my God. So we made it to Union, and we had noticed over the last couple of days, or I had noticed, that we kept losing water pressure. And we'd have to come manually prime the pump again. And yesterday we got here, and I was trying to wash off the bow, and I couldn't fill up the bucket of water. The water pressure kept dropping to nothing. So AJ poked his head in the engine room, which is where the water pump is, which he's already, I believe, removed.
Yeah, I took the pump out, but you see those brown puddles. So there was some leaking with brown puddles, and you're not supposed to have brown water coming out of our fresh water.
Brown water in your freshwater pump is a definite indication that there's a problem.
So started taking it apart then and realized, let's see, maybe we should video this.
Yeah.
So yeah. So as any proper boat project, usually screw something up, like dump all your sockets all over the place.
Yeah, that happens with every project.
Yeah.
So he's taken the pump apart and pulled it out. We think we have another one. Have you verified that?
Not yet. I just want to pull this out and try to diagnose. But what I think, here, let me finish cleaning this up and we'll...
Okay, hold please. Sorry. Okay, so we've cleaned up the ratchet set.
Big X. That means no. Don't open it up that way.
Let's see.
So let's turn it over this way. See if this works. Much better.
Okay,
All
so
right.
back to the water pump.
Alright, so you can see there's it's been leaking with brown goopy spots coming out of it. So I disassembled this part of it anyway, and on this side we can see there's,
Yeah.
it's kind of nasty.
That's awful.
So what I think might be happening is water possibly was getting into the motor. The motor's resting and then coming down into the pump head. So I'm going to take these.
Sound good.
I'm going to take these two out to see if there's any water inside the motor.
Okay. Why? Because you think it could be salvageable if there's not water in there?
If there's not water, then maybe water got into the bearing and the bearing's rusting. So I'll have to replace the pump head, not the entire motor.
Okay. So we do have a manual pump at our sink. So right down, right down here on the floor, you see this little foot pump?
Yep, that breaks your toes.
Yeah, it does break your toes when you walk by, but we do have a manual pump. So we can at least still get access to water, but only from that, right?
Yeah, if this electric pump goes or fails, then yeah, we can use that pump
And
to
get water out of this little spigot.
Yep.
And that's the only place. So
Right, so no showers.
yeah, so no showers. We have, could fill a bucket and take a bucket bath, which I often do anyway. So, we can still survive. It's just life is not happy. Well, we're pulling pins out that don't look good. Screws or bolts or something that have.
Yeah.
I think I've said this a couple of times too.
Doesn't look like water down there.
Well, that's good. It doesn't?
What's that? I see a little bit of, there's my headlight.
Alright, well, he's taking the cover off. Yeah.
I don't see rust though.
Yeah, but there's definitely water. Look at the discoloration on those panels. And they're
Yeah,
wet.
it's not that bad. It looks good. Except that one little spot has some moisture on there, which is odd.
Looks like there's moisture around the ring.
Paper towel. Yeah, the motor looks okay. I'll put that back together. I guess it's the pump head that I need to figure out if this can be serviced.
Yeah, it looks very. Doesn't look like it's in very good shape.
No, I can't tell. Trying to feel if the bearings in there may have. I think water got into it.
Does it not turn symmetrically?
No, that's what makes the pump.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not symmetrical.
Okay.
And also, so basically when this spins around, it pushes one. It goes in a circle. It pushes
each one.
And sucks water in and out of the diaphragms.
Okay.
So I think it just might be a bad pump head. Water got into the bearings, and the bearings are rusted. It feels kind of smooth, but I need to figure out if I can take this apart to see if this is serviceable.
Where's the water leaking from?
It was coming out between the joints.
Okay.
So, like from here, you can see.
Okay.
One of these sides, but it was coming out of this.
But if you service
joint right
this,
here.
how do you prevent the water from still coming through? I don't
Well,
understand. So water's coming through where?
There's gaskets and stuff. So
Oh, okay.
maybe because something failed, we were getting too much pressure. I don't know. I need to see if I can take this apart and if it's serviceable. If not, I think I have a whole new pump head, but the motor seems to be good, so I'm happy about that.
Alright.
I also have a whole new motor too, but don't need to use it if we don't have
Yeah, if
to.
we don't have to.
So,
Alright.
let me look into seeing if I can take this apart. It's not obvious that this is serviceable, and I don't want to break it. I need to make sure I have a pump head before I try to service it or try to pull it apart and not break it.
So I've had people ask me every now and then, like, what do you do out there? Don't you get bored?
This is what we do. We fix the boat.
This is what we do every day.
It's constant. What was yesterday?
See that list over there? Those sticky notes? Those are the things to the left that we've actually completed. The things in the middle are still being done, and then the things up at the top are still haven't even been started.
This project didn't make it to the list.
Right.
The project we did yesterday, what was our fuel sender? The fuel sender quit working.
Right.
That didn't make it to the list, but that was yesterday's
There was something
project.
else the day before that wasn't on the list either.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So quite frequently we're working on projects that just pop up and become like 911s, and they're not even on our list. So yeah, so retirement on a boat is basically just going to work on a boat.
Yeah, learning boat systems as you go and figuring out how to fix everything. I
mean, you do get to take time and enjoy some of the scenery.
Yeah. This is boat maintenance in exotic places, so when you're done, go show them where we're at.
Yeah, so, when we get this project finished today, if we get this project finished today, because that very rarely happens, then we get to climb up here and have a cool beverage sitting in our cockpit looking at this beautiful view. And then this afternoon, over there where those white buoys are, those little markers, we'll actually go snorkeling. It's pretty good snorkeling around here from what I remember from last time we were here. So yeah.
Show them where our parts are that we have to go diving.
Yeah, so is that what you're getting ready to do? Alright, so we've got to go find the part that we think we have. And that is another whole process. I'll show you where that is in just a minute. Okay, so back through the galley. Here's our, kitchen / workspace across from our engine room. So we're going to come back here to the bedroom / storage room.
There's our other project that wasn't on the list.
Oh, that's right.
The bilge pump.
The bilge pump. That was the other project. So here is the messy, at the moment, bedroom / storage room.
It's our storage room.
And
it's all back there behind.
Back there behind the headboard is where we need to get to. So yeah, so all this stuff has to come off. So I'm gonna put the camera down and start moving stuff, because when AJ moves stuff, it just ends up everywhere and drives me crazy. So give me a few minutes. Okay, so I'm going to try and put things away in a somewhat orderly fashion, just because when we need to find them, we end up tearing things back apart trying to find stuff. So it makes more sense just to do this kind of this little step. It takes a few extra minutes, but it just makes it that much easier when I'm looking for particular clothes or something that was back here. So we have cabinets. I know you're looking probably at the stack of clothes over here, and there was a stack over on the other side. We do have cabinets to put clothes in, but quite honestly, it's a little bit more cumbersome to get them in and out, and they don't mildew as bad if they stay out.
We don't wear a lot of clothes.
Yeah, we don't wear a lot. We wear, bathing suits and maybe a t-shirt, and we wear the same thing repetitively. So we kind of just throw it, lay it out so that it gets air, and we can put it back on the next day. And then, once we've done that, I'm going to say a couple of days in a row, it might be more than that, then we may retire it and pull something new out. But we don't put a whole lot back into the drawers unless it's, or into the cabinets unless it's completely clean clothes, because it just doesn't, it just mildews and molds way too fast. Okay, let's see what we need to move where. We've got a bunch of things stored here, like this is suitcases that I came back from Greenville at Grayson's wedding that were all filled with projects, and right now we're using them for different things. This one is still partially packed for my trip that I'm getting ready to take to San Diego with Braxton. This one is full of boat parts still and is very heavy. AJ, I might need you to help me move this.
Okay.
Because I've already messed up my shoulder a little bit. I guess it's okay to stand it up, right? Just stand it up down here.
Right?
Yeah, it looks like it's zipped. Stand it up under the TV. This is our water catching device, which we have not been able to actually test out yet. And then these are our sunshades, which we put up when we're going to be in an anchorage for more than a day or so, because it takes a little bit of time and effort to put them up. So actually, we're in pretty good shape. We're down to mostly where we need to be. Is our fishing rod that we don't have a reel for. So if anybody watching that we know has a reel that they want to donate, so that we can continue to not catch fish, that would be great. All right. Yes, I have an abundance of pillows, but I've already had to throw away like 3, so I'm not sad about having this many, so that I don't have to keep buying them. Again, mildew, salt, humidity, and lack of airflow is not your friend. Alright, so the mattress folds in half, which is really nice, so we can get access to all of these storage bins up underneath. And AJ will do the dive. There we go, more storage.
I think this is it.
Alright. Pump head replacement. Alright, let's hope that's all we need. So, are you looking to see if you have a full pump too? Just in case?
Shouldn't need it.
Oh, well. Yeah, when has that ever held true?
Alternator.
Okay.
That's spare pump for the water maker. Spare starter. Ouch. This might be it.
Maybe. Looks like about the right size.
Boat bit me.
Yeah, it does that.
That looks like a whole brand new thing.
Yeah.
With the pump head.
Yeah.
See, boat bit me. I'm bleeding now.
It could be brand new. It also could be used. Like salvaged. We have found quite a few things that Richard replaced and saved the old ones as a backup, or
Yeah, and he cleans
rebuilt.
Cleans the old ones pretty good, so they look brand new.
Yeah, he cleans them up really well, so it's really hard to tell what's used and what's new. So
We're gonna call that.
I would say I'd hang on to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang on.
Out. I mean, hold it out until you finish this part of the
I'll
project.
just leave it out.
Yeah. So we don't have to,
But he's done a lot of times if they're not new parts, he labels them as old on the packaging.
Yeah.
But except for that accumulator, that didn't have the guts inside it. So maybe it was a new accumulator tank, just didn't have all the guts inside. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
All right, so good news is we have all the parts that we think we need to make our water pump work again.
There's another one.
Just pulling something else out, which looks like the same thing.
Don't know yet.
Also looks brand new.
Alright, let's go compare the new part to the old part.
Okay, so again, part of what takes so long to get anything done is just finding all the tools and finding all the parts that you need and ripping apart the boat and then putting the boat back together. The actual project sometimes doesn't take that long.
Yeah.
It's just all of that stuff that eats up time.
I knew where this part was. So
Yeah, that makes a huge difference.
it's brand new because it hasn't been opened.
Yeah, we put that on our list to replace.
If use it, yeah.
Yeah. So we've been vacillating back and forth about what we're doing when we come back in December. We've got a little bit of boat work to do.
This is for a different
It's not it.
thing.
Wah, wah, wah.
Alright, so that would be...
Is this for that other pump?
This
What
looks
is
like
that?
a pump head for our freshwater maker.
Oh, okay.
But
That's disappointing.
so I'll probably just swap out the whole pump and then try to buy a backup pump head for this
Okay.
when we're back in the States.
So as I was saying, one of the things we've been kind of vacillating with is what to do when we come back in December. We have a few boat projects that are going to require a haul out. So we know we're probably going to be tied up until the middle of December. We've got some boat buddies out there all over the place actually. Some coming back this way, some maybe going to the Western Caribbean. One coming in January to the Eastern Caribbean. So just trying to decide whether we want to commit another season to the Eastern Caribbean, which personally I think we should, but we haven't really made that decision. But it is looking more and more and more like we really need to head back to St. Martin, which was not in our original plan. St. Martin is very far north, and it's a little bit of a beat. It's not a little bit, it's a beat.
Yeah, it should be a decent sail.
No, not to get there, to get back.
Yeah.
Getting there is not bad. Getting back is a little challenging. So it's kind of why we didn't want to go that far north, because it's not only north, it's north and west, which means you have to come back east.
Before I break this, let me make sure it works first.
But we are very quickly depleting our supply of spare parts. Hold on, we're going to do a test here, so I think I need to spin around.
Wire's not long enough.
So St. Martin is the most reasonable place to go and do that kind of thing. Boat parts are much more reasonably priced there. There's no taxes.
Yeah, getting stuff into Grenada sucks.
Yeah, you can have things shipped into St. Martin without having to pay, this obnoxious tax.
It works.
It works. That's the new motor?
Yep.
Okay. I may have said it earlier in a video. I brought like two things back: a replacement for the clutch that we broke for our mainsail.
Back to Grenada.
When I came back a couple weeks ago, which was like $233. And then I brought another something back. I can't even remember what it was. A repair
kit
for one of the winches, which was like $100 and something. So about $350 worth of boat parts coming back into Grenada cost me $108.
Was that EC or US?
I think it was US.
You think? Would you pay an
I paid
EC?
with a credit card.
Oh.
I paid with a credit card. I'm pretty sure it was US, but it might have been EC.
That was probably EC,
which is better.
way better.
But I think it was US. But anyway, it's pretty expensive to bring stuff in here.
I'm mounting it back to the wall.
Okay.
Then I'll attach the wires, and then we'll see how bad it leaks.
Okay.
There's always a leak when I touch plumbing.
Always. So we're gonna see now if it leaks.
Yeah, so she's gonna turn on the switch for the freshwater pump, and we'll see if it leaks. Go ahead. Ooh, it's nice and quiet. I don't see any leaks, but I don't think it's primed yet. Let's prime it.
Alright, we're going to prime it and see once we do that and it comes up to pressure if it still doesn't leak.
See if we're leaking. We'll see the drips eventually. I just got to keep an eye on it. It's definitely quieter.
I think I remember it being quiet.
It's way quieter.
And it just got loud and we didn't notice it because it happened.
So, looks like a successful project. I'm going to keep an eye on it to see if those fittings leak, because every time I touch those fittings, they always leak. So I'm expecting that to still happen. But the pump is working. It's actually much quieter. So that leads me to believe that yeah, there was a problem with the pump head. And actually, now that I think about it, I may actually have a spare pump head. I think it's in the other garage and with all the other random plumbing parts. So next time I'm back there, I'll go look for that. Because this motor still looks good, but the pump head I think maybe shot or needs servicing. I still need to look this up on YouTube or the internet to see if I can pull this apart and service it, but because I see all the brown gunk in there, that tells me that this bearing might be shot and rusted, water got into it. And since I have a motor that works, and I think I still have a pump head somewhere else that I just got to remember where to find it. If that's the case, then we're good for another failure. So hopefully that'll last a few years, and we'll see. One more check.
That was nice, quick and easy.
Turn the faucet on. Yeah, usually I get a leak here, or a leak there. One project down. We'll see what we break next. See ya.
Alright, well that went much easier than expected.
Now we gotta clean up.
Yeah, the cleanup sucks. But anyway, at least we're back in business with fresh water. And then next week or the week after, once we get the Clark pump replaced, we'll be making fresh water again instead of not so fresh water.
Yeah, we're making almost fresh water now.
Yeah, it's not even almost fresh, but it's
barely drinkable.
Barely drinkable is what it is. In fact, we've been buying water to drink. We have quite the collection of quite the collection of water jugs, which I hate. But it has been nice to have some fresh water to drink, and then we have plenty of water to cook and bathe and that kind of stuff with. So anyway, all good now.
All right, so I'm putting this motor back together. The problem we have now is I need to get this pushed over top of that. So this circle right here receives this bearing.
Okay.
And what we have here is on this side and this side, there are brushes. So the brushes are spring loaded, which push against that brass part right there.
Okay.
All right. So I need to have some way of holding both of these brushes in so I can then flip it over and put it on top of there. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a piece of blue tape, folding it in half, and basically wrapping it around there. Now that's not the sticky side touching it, so I put like a band going around here and then fold it over and then used a piece of tape to tape it just to hold that. So once I slide it back over, I'm going to take this piece of tape off, and then I can pull
Theoretically.
Yeah, we'll see if that works. Some of the other motors I've worked on, they have a little thing that you put over top of it to hold these out.
Yeah.
And as you push it on top, it pushes it inside. Out. That's fine. But this one does not, so I'm having to engineer something of my own. Hopefully it works. So I'm taking a piece of blue tape, fold it over on top of itself. Push that on. Get this through. Alright, so that's the idea. So I'm holding that. Enough hands.
Get it?
Got it. All right, now both of those are held back.
How do you get the tape back off?
That's why I did the, so when I pull this part's not sticky.
You should just pull
Hopefully
it
it
loose
just
without
pulls.
tearing.
Actually, there's that one.
It's ingenious.
Like I said, I was worried that when I retired and got on a boat, my mind was going to turn to mush. But so far so good. Not having to think of problem solving all the time. Come on. There we go.
Perfect.
Alright. Now I gotta find the holes.
Again, I think I've said this multiple times on boat videos, but if you ever decide you want to live on a boat, I think if you ever decide you want to own a boat, even if you don't live on it, you better know how to take things apart and put them back together.
Or have a lot of money.
Or have a lot of money. Because, I mean, it is so friggin' expensive, and every single
Well, to have somebody else do this,
yeah, it'd be $90 an hour.
Yeah, $130 an hour.
Yeah. And
Plus you gotta work on their schedule.
Yeah.
So instead of being in a crappy anchorage at a boatyard trying to have somebody fix this, I think she already showed you where we are. We're in a pretty nice anchorage.
Yeah.
So when we're done with this, we'll go probably snorkeling.
Yeah. So, I mean, it makes a huge difference to be able to do this. In fact, I just don't think you could do live aboard if you're not handy at all. Or at least not open to getting really handy really quick. And then the flip side of that is you have to have access. So I know we just
The motor works.
we're just going to see if the motor works. We just told you guys in the last couple weeks we got Starlink from a buddy boat. Sounds like it works.
Yeah.
So that's one of the other things, is not only do you have to be handy and be able to have the patience and the tools and the desire to do this, you have to be able to do the research, which was really challenging for us before we got Starlink. So now at least AJ can, get online and, look at YouTube videos and pull up information that he needs to be able to adequately repair stuff, because it was pretty challenging.
Most of the stuff on boats is very mechanical, and that's, if I can see things work or see how they you know, break or how they're supposed to work. I'm pretty mechanical. I can usually figure it out. The stuff that's a mystery to me is electrical. That's my weakest point. Trying to figure out circuitry, and you know, I know very basics, but that's where YouTube comes in for me. Is you know, I'm still looking for a YouTube video on if these are even serviceable. So far, the ones I found, there's other screws to take this apart, and on this, there's no screws or anything. So it's either not serviceable, which is why I wanted to make sure I had another one, because I'm going to try to take it apart anyway, and if it's not serviceable, I'm going to break it. Yeah. So that's why I wanted to make sure I have a separate one, because when I do break it, I don't want to be without water in the middle of nowhere. So, but anyway, I'm probably going to have to buy, well actually I know, I'm pretty sure we have a spare one of these on the boat. I just have to find it.
Yeah, you think it's in the other place?
Yeah. So anyway.
Alright, so
just a glimpse into boat life and maintenance for today's project anyway.
Yep.
So this will be, it's still usable. Still going to be a backup.
The motor.
The motor.
The motor.
Yeah, I just need to put eyes on the other pump head to make sure that is actually for this. So if I do have that, then we still have working spare, and hopefully won't need that for quite a while.
Okay.
All right.
All done?
Yeah.
All right, all done for today, minus the cleanup. So thank you guys for watching. By the time this video airs, it probably is airing straight to YouTube. I'm transitioning everything from Facebook to there. So if you haven't already, please go to our page, SV Happy Place. Make sure you like the video, and
SV Happy Place 47 or SV Happy Place?
I think it's just SV Happy Place.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'll include the link. And make sure you like the video, and make sure you subscribe down below as well. Thank you guys. See you soon. Okay guys, again, not always sure how well you can hear me with this on, and we have a filter on for the first time on the camera, but we are gonna go snorkeling again today here on Union Island. We're snorkeling on the opposite side of where we snorkeled last time, so we'll see what we can see.